At the mark and the goal.
Lockie Fairley?
Yeah, Fairley. Lockie Fairley shoved his opponent out of the way, took the mark and slammed it home from the goal line. Spotswood with the first. They lead by 6 points after 39 seconds of the opening term.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start by the Falcons. The thing that I'd be really worried about is the way Marks had time and space across that half-back line and then just got past his opponent without even laying a tackle on him, and all of a sudden the ball's in the goal square. So worrying signs already.
Well, Daniel Dimmick mentioned that they run off their half-back line, and that's one of the things they'd be looking at. Well, they didn't lock down on anybody there.
No.
So back in the middle for the restart. Same rucks again after the quick goal. Millam and Jones to go at it. From the Jones again wins the hit out. Got it down to Alice. His kick's a grubber, but they still push forward to the Falcons. But Langlands comes in hard. Handballs back defensive 50. Now they're out again. Handball to Millam in the middle of the ground. Handballs over to Kinsella. They're still linking by hands now. The Woodsman. They go forward through Williams. The half forward looking for Boyd. He's went into free kick, and it's probably about 55 from goals. He kicks to the Westgate bridge end of the ground.
No, this is through, boys. You'll get the distance easy, huh?
You'll have to start it virtually at the left behind post, to be honest, because that's the way the wind is going to drag it right across.
This Boyd's got 6 goals on the season.
New fierce-looking Murray Boyd too, with the big beard. He's been grafted 3 weeks, he tells me.
This Boyd comes in, kicks on its way.
There you go.
Bending back and not enough, and it goes through for 1 behind. So the lead now 7 points for the Woodsman. 1-1-7. Wyndhamvale yet to score.
Not quite enough bend there, Kev, but almost. Scarborough takes the mark. Yeah, it was a good judgment. Scarborough took the mark from the back pocket, sends it down the wing, looking for his teammate there in Meadows. Couldn't track it. In fact, it might have been out on the full.
Yeah, it was.
The umpire. Hamad takes it, goes inboard. Chopped off there, well by Bunworth, got his hands in the way. Coming up to meet it, now the Woodsman via hand. Hamad to Langlands, went back to Hamad, he overran it. Comes to Scarborough, dished the hand pass back to Malual. He's mown down, Scarborough onto it again. Been lively early, kicks to half forward, but it's chopped off by Elliot Wood. He can reset things for Spotswood. Works it out the far side. Ooh. Over the head of Bennett. Numbers here with the Falcons, but they've lost 1. Well done. Quickly in there for Spotswood was Newton. Worked it out, then got it back. Kicked up towards half forward. And it's chopped off. Kick up towards half forward now. So it's been played between the arcs. It's a mark at left half back for Spotswood by Sam Davis. He goes back inside his defensive 50 for Wood. He's corralled, runs into a bit of trouble, didn't panic, and then kicked up towards Millam. It missed him, and it missed Bennett as well. But they've got numbers. Millam just waiting as the relieving hand pass, kicked it straight to his opposing ruckman in Chris Jones. He's chopped it up, but he's going to be patient with it. Works the hand pass back. Kalang presents. Well done, good movement, takes the mark. Wants to play on quickly, onto his opposite. Poked it short, was good. Daniel Cross. So they just possess it here, and this has been good by the Falcons. Tassari leads up to it. He's too far out to score, 55 out. Pokes it inside 50. The run at it, and the mark is taken. I'm not sure who that is. Number 45.
45? We don't have a number for him?
No, we do not.
It looks like a Tassari by the looks of it.
It could be.
Could be Tyler Tassari.
Yeah.
Or James.
I don't know, James kicked it to him, I think. Brother of the brother.
Yep.
Tyler's 8. James is 47.
Yeah, well, that'll be James having a shot now,
didn't quite make it, and it was knocked through, rushed behind. So it was a good build-up from Wyndhamvale. Not quite able to make it count. They'll need to do so if they're a chance this afternoon. 5 gone opening term. It's 1-1-7 to 1 behind. Marks plays on from the kick in. Works it out the clubroom side. The both ruckmen set themselves. Millam got hands to it. It spills out the back and out of play. Be thrown in on centre wing.
So 5 minutes gone. The WRFL match of the day. On 88.9 Win FM, umpire restarts play. Jones got the hit out. Langley's able to do the crumbing but couldn't. It's Free kick going away. The Falcons are holding the man. Those Bay holding the ball. Ooh, a bit unlucky there, the Falcons. Free kick to Hamad. So he goes long. Still in the Boyd direction. Goes over the top of him and then misses fairly, and the ball bounces to the outer side in the right forward pocket. And we're going to throw in for about 40 around from the Woodman's goal. So 1-1-7 plays one behind. There's Boyd in the ruck, gets the hit out. Got it down to Norton. He was tackled, dispossessed. Scarborough's on it. Goes by hand to Jones. Back to Scarborough. It's forced to kick. It's a high wobbler. Just clears the defensive 50. And the big fist out the back. With the ball still in play. Diving in hard was Cross.
45 is James Tassari, boys.
Thank you, Kev. Got a ball up outer side. 55 from the Woodsman's goal. Going in here, had Norton, kicks it to inside 50, the mark's taken. No, was another free kick. This way it's going to Boyd now for his first of the afternoon. He's going to have second shot on goal. Kick from about 30. Not a very difficult angle. So Boyd come. Sorry, Kev. Boyd
I was going to say it's going to be scrappy out here. That wind is not abating in the least. Good kick.
Yeah, good kick it was by Boyd. He's put it through for Spotswood's second and his first of the afternoon. The lead out to 12 points now. 2-1 at 13 plays, one behind. We've gone just over 7 minutes of this opening quarter.
Yeah, it has been a scrappy start from both sides. Obviously, Spotswood just overusing the ball through the midfield that last couple of minutes. But you can see the game plan of the Falcons. Their last forward 50 was just chip it around, wait for the right option. But I just don't know if they've got the skill level to do that over 4 quarters.
So back in the middle, it's the Woodsman by 12. Both rucks missed it, fell at the feet of Millam. Then he lays the tackle, it was high. Devon Ellis takes the free kick, works it on quickly into the forward pocket. Up they come. Newton with the sit, comes in, takes an uncontested mark in defence for the Woodsman. Oh, almost had his kick smothered. Boots it out the far side. He's got a couple to pick from.
Hands. Isbista.
Isbista takes the mark. Just at right half back. Goes backwards to Langlands. The little hand pass, and he works it up the line for Hamad, who takes the mark, hugged against the boundary line. He kicks it up the line too. Too slick there for Callard. It slipped through his fingers and bounced out of play.
Yeah, defended well, and the Falcons, they got some numbers back and forced that kick to go into that probably the pocket they don't want to be at, Spotswood.
So Milliman Jones again. The wind just takes that one, falls to the foot of the pack. First hands to the Woodsman. High kick into the forward pocket. Up they fly. Hands to it. Comes out the back. Hand pass. Releasing Kinsella there it was. He worked the hand pass back over to Bilby. And the snap towards goal is across the face. Just missing. A minor score. 2-2 plays one behind.
Yeah, it was a bit too easy then. Bilby had time knowing that he was a left footer, and they all just peeled off him, and he probably could have straightened up then and got himself an easy goal.
Yeah.
$13 points to margin as the Falcons look to kick in. Snays goes to the outer side, too much on it. Was it touched? It was, luckily, otherwise it would have been a free kick. We'll have a throw in.
Yeah, but obviously they're going to defend out that, well, the clubroom side down near the visitors' rooms looks like the dead pocket.
So thrown back in, Boyd and Jones to do the ruck. No, none of them got the hit out. Bilby with some good quick hands there. Got the handball away. Now the kick goes to full forward, bouncing ball. Kinsella's in there, couldn't quite get the hand. Good tackle. It was a free kick.
Oh, he's paid
in the back. Unlucky Fairley's going to take the free kick. The free kick's against Bowl. Initially it was good, but then Fairley did well, just dropped to the knees and then earned the free kick. And he'll go back for his second of the afternoon after the bag of 9 last week. Fairley's kick.
He missed it.
He's missed it. Missed it badly to the left. One behind, lead now 14 points. 2-3-15 plays, one behind, 10 and a quarter minutes gone, first quarter.
So just overcompensating a little bit for the breeze there, Lockie Fairley. Spotswood leading by 14 points. For the moment, Wyndhamvale remain in touch. They need to get some scoreboard pressure. That's a good kick out wide. Mark's been taken at left half back. So they do work it deliberately. That was a dangerous kick back in ball, but it works okay. Short pass into Bowl. And they've switched it completely to the other side. This is Snays. Ran himself into a bit of trouble, but worked it out well. Kicked up in the direction of Crean. He dropped it, missed it, and they're onto it here. Hand pass over the top for the Spots when they've made a mess of this in the congestion. Now it comes back to Bilby. Works the hand pass in the pack. Up they come. The shot on goal. Fairly. Will he miss this time? He does again. The right foot snap. Missed to the near side. He's second behind. He's got 1-2 so far, and Spots would have 2-4. Leads Wyndhamvale, one behind.
Good pressure then by the Falcons. Snays turned it over to 50-50 down the corridor, but they got numbers to every contest and didn't allow Spotswood to have an easy snap on goal then.
So playing on from the kick in, this time they go long down the outer side. Up they come, Kalang reaching up, couldn't take the mark with a couple of juggles. Hand pass to Kinsella, took on the tackler, then might have turned it over in the direction of Bowl for the Falcons. He went to ground, spills out the back, Kalang in again, might get the 1-2. Instead, a strong tackle there by Morrison. Rather is Bista for the Woodsman. It's not coming out of the congestion, the umpire will throw it up. Centre wing, broadcast side.
Umpire throws it up. Jones works his way to the front, just paddle it forward. Players dive in, could have been legs taken out. Umpire said no. Still a big scrap around the ball. Miller makes the tackle. He's
Free kick.
Free kick. It's going to Jones in the back. Oh, there's another push. No 50.
Bit of acting there, boys.
Not, you wouldn't have done that in your day, would you, Smackers? It goes by hand to Kalang. Drives it to centre half forward. They need a mark. Newton, mark. Too good. Flies at the back. He's done that a couple of times already this afternoon. He looks to move it on quickly. Goes out to centre wing on the broadcast side. There's a free kick being picked out. It's going away the Falcons again.
No, it's Bista.
Oh, sorry, to the Woodsman. Kinsella kicks it to half forward. Too much on it. The mark's taken at centre half back by the Falcons. Now they look to go to the outer side, the club room side. It's another good kick. Mark taken out there by Pigden. Little handball back to Bowl. Short ball. Mark's taken. Jones. Right in front of the club rooms. Kicks towards forward 50. Newton gets there. Does the crumbing and he's wrapped up in a tackle. And we'll have a ball up. For about 70 out from the Falcons' goal.
I'd be happy with this start, the Falcons at the moment.
Doing all right, haven't they?
Yep.
Just need a bit more system bringing the ball in.
So Hamad does the roving. Handballs to no one in particular. Scarborough's wrapped up in a tackle. And we get another ball up.
They need to get some forward body on Gareth Newton. He's been able to fly in a few times and take uncontested.
Yeah, they got a loose marks
as well. They got the loose.
Rucks go at it. Millams kicks his fresh air. Jones picks up handballs at the feet of his teammate. Now quick hack kick forward. Might be chopped off by Marks. Bouncing ball bounces towards the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in about 50 out from the Falcons' goal on the other side.
It's already a good battle. Kev, Hamilton and Boyd. Yep. That's one that so far it's one apiece, I reckon.
Yeah, they'd be happy with that one.
Yep.
So Millam and Jones. Millett won it down to the boundary side. Whooping up at the back of the pack. They weren't sure who wanted it. It comes to Scarborough. Tried to get a kick away. Was tackled. He goes in again. Lost it. Snays lays the tackle. The Woodsman come up with it, but it's knocked out of play. Right. Left half forward for Wyndhamvale.
You're happy with Scarborough too, I reckon.
He'd love these conditions.
But he needs a few mates.
Yep.
So these two yet to have a rest in the ruck. Both rucks missed it. Millam went in as the crummer. Falls to the bottom of the pack. Crean was there in the long sleeves. He was dumped.
Smackers, would you make Jordan Bennett accountable? If you're the Falcons coaching staff, or he's made the move, but they've got the loose man still.
The Falcons obviously dropped one behind the play with this breeze, so the forward, whoever's loose for spotting our marks, one of their forwards is going to have to come up and make it a 2-on-1.
Yep.
So another bounce. Millam allowed to go at it cleanly this time. Falls the way there of Crean. He dropped it. In they go again. And laying the tackle there.
This is exactly what the Falcons coaching staff would want. Just make it a scrap.
They're locking it in their forward half at least, and that gives them a chance to go forward. Scarborough's onto it here. He let it go and then laid the tackle. Brings down Sam Davis. There's a whistle. There's going to be another free kick to Spotswood. It will be.
No advantage.
Yeah, off the ball, I think, boys.
Yeah. So Naif Hamad's going to take the free kick. Just releases a bit of pressure for the Woodsmen for the most part. Most of the free kicks have been going their way so far. It's 2-4, 16 to 1 behind, so only a 15-point margin, but they are kicking into the wind, so that's dangerous coming into the next couple of terms for Wyndham Vale. Out the back, it's at half forward for the Woodsmen. After Naif put it there, there's a scrap. The umpire will ball it up. Just forward of the centre circles for Spotty. I just wonder what a goal could do for Wyndham Vale's confidence here. Instead, Langlands takes it out of the middle, kicks inside the 50 for the Woodsman. Coming up to meet it there was Hamilton for the Falcons. He boots it out of the danger zone. And has he been pinged?
Yeah, he has.
Pinged for a deliberate out of bounds.
No.
No?
I didn't think we had that rule in this competition.
The way he signalled, Kev, it looked like he did, but that's good.
That's lucky.
Throwing.
It's going to be tossed back into play. Up they go. Now there's a whistle, and Wyndham Vale will get a free kick. Chris Jones was hung on to.
Yeah, Spotty have thrown Boyd into the ruck now, and Milham's gone down forward down the rest.
That's a woeful kick up the line. Intercepting it there was Langlands. He slipped over. Got the hand pass out to Hamad. Now the kick goes forward inside the pocket. Unable to track it to the line there was Bunworth, the playing coach for the Falcons. It'll be thrown in about 30 metres around from the goal that they are attacking in the right forward pocket, Spotswood.
And the rain's coming down again, boys.
Correct.
It is. From the throw-in, Millam goes up against Dorr. Comes up against the boundary line, Soccer's off the ground. It's through for a behind.
Jones now, he's gone off the ball and he's pushed forward now to have a rest. So the two ruckmen, they've gone 18 minutes and they've finally had their first break.
I think you'll have a big day, Jones.
Yeah.
So Snays from the kick in, or too much on it there for his teammate in Montalto, and it is out on the full because Montalto couldn't get hands to it. Just needed a little bit more precision with the kick in.
They're the little mistakes that Wyndham Vale got to eradicate from their game.
It's skill level.
Bettiol from the pocket sets it high to the teeth of goal. Up they fly. Spilt to the back. Should have taken the mark. The snap. It's high. Is it going to have the distance?
No, he's marked
almost
on the
the mark. Hamilton did well on the last line. He marks in front of Fairley and stops a certain goal. Looks it straight down the outer side of the ground. Up to meet it went Wood for Spotswood. Couldn't take the mark. Now becomes the tackler. He'll be balled up.
So 60 out from the Woodsman's goal. Boyd, Dorr to the ruck.
Or around the
Around the neck, free kick going across.
Nope.
Nope, unlucky. Thought it was.
And got a nick apparently.
No. So again, from the restart, Boyd wins the hit out. Big scrap around the ball. Ball spills out the back. Comes the way of the Woodsman. Just a quick kick inside 50 now. Bouncing ball. But it's going to be cleared by the Falcons. They've moved it by hand. Now another handball. They've got to get rid of it. Hamilton goes to fend off. He's under a lot of pressure. Oh, they've done well there. Bunworth gets the clearing kick. It's a high ball though. They need someone to mark for the Falcons. They can't. Ellis dives in. Tries to grab it out. He's double teamed in the tackle. And we'll get another ball up.
They sort of went to come out this wing towards the caravan, and there's no one here.
Yeah, Morrison, I don't know, he was in two minds. I would have just kicked the space. Kevin tried to get your forwards to run onto it.
Bilby does the roving on his left boot, centering kick. Oh, almost a mark to Fairley. All knees just handball it to the opponent. A quick kick off the ground. Can they clear here, the Falcons? They're under a lot of pressure. Now the quick kick comes out to the outer side. Finally, they've cleared the danger area. The out to centre wing looking to Bunworth on centre wing. The ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in right in front of the club rooms.
That's exactly the kick you need in these conditions, just to get yardage and then get a stoppage again now, and you're further up the ground.
Again, Boyd works his way to the front, gets it down. Hamad's tackled. Still with the ball. There's Tassari, just bouncing ball to half forward. Kalang couldn't take it. Now a loose ball. They're running out of defence now, the Woodsman, but the handball wasn't great. It was at the feet of his teammate. The ball's in the middle of the ground now. So they just worked it forward. Alice hacks it inside 50. Oh, the mark almost was taken. Jones did well. It was too much heat on the handball to Malal. He's slung to the ground. Now the clearing kick out of defence by Williams to centre wing. The mark is taken by Callard, who moves it on quickly, gets it to Lynch. Driving ball to full forward, looking for Boyd. Ball bounces in front, so Fairley does it, so he gets the handball. Now there's a handball centering ball. There's Boyd, the handball over the top again to Hamad in a little bit of space on the right boot. Goes bang and kicks the goal. Goal number 3 for the Woodsmen. And they lead by 22 points, 3-5-23 to just one behind. We've gone 22 minutes of the opening quarter.
Yeah, they moved they just showed young Davis here took that intercept mark, and the way they went, they just ran in numbers, and Kieran Lynch got on the end of a handball and drove it long to Fairley with a one-on-one contest, and you can just see if they get the ball on the outside, they're going to create havoc.
Yeah, they moved the ball beautifully then, and it was so close to a chance for Wyndhamvale. 22 points the lead to the Woodsmen now. 3-5 plays one behind. 22 and a half gone this opening term. Up they go. Kalang won it down to no real advantage. Rather, it was Dorr in the ruck. They come. Scarborough dish the hand pass out wide, shrugging a few tackles, and now the kick inside the 50 up in the direction of Maluel. He tracks it to the boundary. Can he keep it in? No, he couldn't quite get a grasp on the slippery ball. Sees it out of play. Left half forward for the Falcons.
You just got to hold tight for the next couple of minutes here, Falcons, and see if they can get one against this breeze.
So Dorr and Boyd in the ruck. Boyd front spot. Dorr got to the front and then stole the tap. Won it down. Hand pass back. Hamad onto it. There's a whistle. It's a free kick holding the man. It's going Wyndhamvale's way. I just hung on to him for a little too long after he got rid of the footy. To it now.
He's going to have to go long with the goal squares, Jones. Yep.
Sets it up to the teeth of goal. Jones is there. It falls to the front. Up they go. Boyd fisted it away. Oh, big hit there.
Shepherd.
Tommy Langland, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Montalto that copped it, and now there's a bit of afters in this one.
Montalto went to give him one back.
I got your number. I saw Roo hit me, and I'm going to go and tell you about it.
Good stuff.
So it'll be thrown in 40 metres around left forward.
Free kick.
And now Montalto will come up with the free kick. He'll get the set shot from about 20 metres out. And he's only just left of centre. It's exactly what Spotswood didn't need to do. The game in their grasp.
He needs to go back and nail this now, just for a bit of confidence to, because they've done really well for 25 minutes here.
So 22 points down. Montalto must kick it. Skews off the side of the boot. It sneaks in at the right post. Newton tried valiantly to get his hand to it, but he got shoved out of the way.
Just poked it.
And the Falcons have their first. It wasn't convincing, but it's through. 1-1-7 Wyndhamvale, trailing Spotswood 3-5-23. Jordan Montalto, the goal kicker. And they're back within 16 points. 25 gone in the opening term.
I was going to say, Spotty, you got a couple of big boys there in Bennett and Newton. They weren't on the line. If they had been on the line, they would have touched that through. That's bad defensive work
from
there.
20 metres out, you wouldn't make the distance, though, would you?
Well, you thought it might have been another 20 feet in the air.
Yeah. The conditions, Kev.
It was a Collingwood 6-footer from the middle left his boot.
Scarborough getting the free kick in the middle, goes to half forward, bouncing ball in front of Maluel. On his left foot, goes inside looking for Kalang, bouncing ball, just sort of stopped, didn't really bounce anywhere. And they're going to clear the Woodsman. It's a driving ball that goes out to the outer side. working his way to the front. Well, there was Colga, couldn't quite take the mark. Now they're going to go forward again. The Woodsman, no. Scarborough's wrapped up in another big tackle. Still a loose ball. They've done well here, the Falcons. But now the Woodsmen go forward, but it's been chopped off by Bunworth. And he looks to switch. It's a dangerous kick. Looking for Morrison, but he marks it. Did well. Now the kick comes to Sari. James, he's pushing that back. 50. It should be 50. Umpire. It was clear.
Can't bash him today, boys.
Umpire turn to play it.
Another shot, it's a turnover, straight to Isbista. He runs inside 50.
He makes
little chipping ball over the top and bounces through for a goal. So they know 50, and then the crucial turnover leads to the Isbista goal. His first of the afternoon to lead back to 22 points. 4-5-29 plays 1-1-7, 26 gone to the first quarter.
Yeah, just the decision making to come back inboard to a 50-50 at the 27-minute mark of the first quarter. Just it's just costly, and a couple of heads dropped there. He's better off just going down the line and playing safe. But
well, they worked it.
He paid the price, and David Vista, his skill level, when he sees the goals, he hardly misses.
So back in the middle, Millam and Dorr go at it. Each had a share of it. In there was Crean. He was tackled. Ball's into Spirit, but it's not coming out. It'll be thrown up. It was a good switch, even though it was risky earlier. They had the runners out the broadcast side, Wyndhamvale, and then when the 50 wasn't paid, they'd gone to ground. It was Morrison had gone to ground, so he couldn't get up and work it down, and by then the numbers were with the Woodsman. From the stoppage, the kick comes inside 50, falls at the bootlaces, soccer off the ground towards the boundary line, trying to keep it in, unable to. It's knocked out of play. Well done by Bunworth to ensure that it found the boundary. 15 around from Spotswood's goal in the left forward pocket. 4-5 plays 1-1. I think we're pretty close to quarter time here. From the throw in, up they go. Millam won it down to himself, then laid the tackle on Bunworth. He tried to get the sneaky kick out of the pack. There'll be a secondary bounce. Very close to goal for the Woodsman. They go. Millam and Dorr each had a share of it. Up they went. Patak was in there. Kick across the defensive half. Crean's looking for Jones. Couldn't find him. It's out of play.
I reckon the Wyndhamvale coaching staff be pretty happy, except for that last goal.
Yep.
They'll be filthy on that one.
So from the throw-in, right forward pocket for the Woodsman. Up they go. Dorr won it down. In there was Fairley. Then he laid the tackle. Another stoppage. So just tightening things up in the final minutes. They go. Millam won it down. Bunworth was in there again. And laying the tackle was Darcy Wilson.
I just think
and another stoppage.
I just think this tap should be going back into the corridor to try and... he's gone defensive again.
There it goes. Hand pass. Now the kick out of the pack by Patak to the goal line. Numbers with the Woodsman. Up they fly. Was brilliantly done there by Kalang. The hand pass comes out the back. It's gathered. Hand pass back. Now out of the pack. The kick was smothered there for Sam Davis. Right to the teeth of goal. Kalang brought to ground. There's a whistle. And it will be a free kick to Wyndhamvale. Can work it out.
Let's hold the game up
the
now,
far
boys.
side. They don't need to do anything silly here. Short pass came from Crean to Bunworth. Deep in their defensive 50, and that is quarter time. And McLean Reserve Spotswood by 22 points at the first break. 4-5-29 to Wyndhamvale. 1-1-7. Maybe should have been a little closer than they are. Goal scorer.
Pack the footy, get in front, don't give away silly free kicks, and you know the Wyndhamvale boys are going to want to congest the game, but don't let them congest it too much, and just play your own game basically.
That's Kevin Hillier and Cade Lucas, who paid a visit to the huddles at quarter time. It's Spotswood by 22 points. Players in their positions now, just getting ready for a start in this second term. Interesting to see what happens, because earlier in the day it was favouring the opposite end, so the end that Spotswood are kicking now is blowing more prominently across the ground. Millam with the opening tap, but hands to it first for Wyndhamvale. Cross, shrugs the tackle, then had it knocked out of his hands. He made it to half forward before he lost it, and now Spots would come up with it. They work it down the far side. Looks like Scarborough's going to be there first. There's a couple there on a collision course. Murray Boyd kept it in play, ducked and weaved, poked it back inside. He's turned over. Cross comes up with it. Falcons, and then he coughs it up, gave it straight over the top. And now Spotswood can come forward through Bennett, and he goes short. And so for now, Murray Boyd can send them inside 50. He wants Bennett again inside. Colleen came to meet it and chopped it off. Has to go again. Was shepherded out of the contest. Up they come. Kick inside 50. Beautiful pass. And the mark's been taken by Orchard for Spotswood. And gee, it was a hot start to the second term.
Yeah, Tokolides, I don't know what he was doing there.
Watching the man, not the ball. Yeah. You're disappointed with that effort.
So Jai Orchard, he'll kick from about 45 metres out. He's directly in front for the first of the second term. He struck it sweetly. That's a goal. And Spotswood strike first after quarter time. Their lead is out to 28 points. 5-5-35 to 1-1-7, but still good signs early for Wyndhamvale regardless. You would think Smackers, they are good intent early.
They've matched them well on the in ball inside with Alice and Cross. They're the big bodies there to match Patak and Langlands, but it's just worrying. An uncontested mark in your back half is costly.
So toss back up. Jones wins the hit out. The free kick's been paid for holding, going the way
Cross
of the Falcons to Cross. Just next to the centre circles. Kicks to the outer side, goes sideways. Dangerous kick. Not a good one. Went looking for Klein, couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills inside, attacking 50. But they're going to repel, do the Woodsman as the kick goes to centre wing on the outer side. It's a scrubber. But it gained a fair bit of meterage and had a throw in. Now at left half forward for the Woodsman.
Yeah, just a terrible kick, that one. You're better off putting it to the top of the goal square and putting the defence under pressure.
50 out wide instead of 50 direct. So we had the throw in now. Millam at the front. Woodsman looked to get the clearance. Millam receives the handball. Our quick kick, Kinsella can't take the mark. Ball still loose. Ellis goes in. He's driven in the ground by two Woodsmen. Another ball up.
Just the Spotswood's work rate's just lifted in this first couple of minutes.
So again, same ruck. Millen gets the hit out. Ellis played for the free kick. Wasn't there though. Kinsella dives in with the head first. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Still pushes forward. We'll have another ball up. So centre wing on the outer side. So again, Millam and Jones. Jones gets it down, unconvincingly though. Woodsman try to barge their way through. Jeez, there's a pack of about 20 players around this ball, and Alice is wrapped up, and we'll have another ball up.
Boys around the ground. Slaverton 128, Tarnate 6-1-37, Parkside 128, North Sunshine yet to score, and the other Division 3 scores, Sunny Heights 5-6-36, Wyndham Suns 3-1-19.
Spotswood get the clearance. It's Bunworth just hacks it out of defensive 50 towards the boundary line. Ball bounced beautifully for Scarborough. Stayed in. Handball over the top. Went to Pryor. And he's met solidly and taken out of bounds. We're going to throw in right in front of the Spotswood play race.
Division 2, Auburn 4 goals straight 24, North Footscray 5-3-33, Manor Lakes 3-4-22, Newport 2-2-14, West Footscray yet to score, Yarraville 3-1-19.
There's a whistle.
And while we've got that whistle, Divi 1 scores Deer Park 6-2-38, St Albans 2-3-15, Sunshine 5-2-32, Hoppers 1-3-9.
The wind, Kev, the wind.
Well, you'd think so, Smackers.
Yep.
You'd hope so.
They've been good, Sunshine, this year. So after a couple of stoppages, they've worked it up the line, Wyndhamvale, but it's chopped off by Millam. He gives the hand pass off to Langland, who runs by, works into the defensive 50, goes across the face. It was dangerous for Hamad. They're going to come up with it here, the Falcons. They've got numbers, shrugging the tackle, hand pass towards goal. Getting in the way was his Bister. He's been lively in the second quarter. His hand pass missed the target. Onto it again was his Bister. He knocked it cleverly out to his teammate there, who shoveled it back. Now the snap up towards the wing, unable to take the mark there was Bettiol for the Woodsman, and they work it back. That's a beautiful kick up towards Fairley. Came to meet it, gathered the half volley with ease, gave the hand pass back over the top to Orchard, running through. His hand pass was untidy, rolling over the top of the Falcons there, maybe unlucky not to win a free kick. Hand pass came out to Bowl, gave the hand pass looking for Cross. It was fist in his direction. Now there's a whistle. It's going to go the way of Wyndham Vale.
And off the app, Caroline Springs 1-5-11, Werribee Districts 4-4-28, and Altona 3-2-20, Albion 2-3-15.
A big hit there.
Morrison kicked it up to Kalang. He was knocked out. He's on the ground, but he's slow to rise. It kicks the opening goal. Soccer off the ground. Here we go for the Falcons. They're on the board again. Maluel kicks the goal. It's been a fierce opening in the first 5 minutes of this second quarter. End-to-end stuff. And Wyndham Vale finally get some reward for their effort. 2-1-13. Spotswood 5-5-35. So back to 22 points.
Yeah, they just worked it forward, and then a big collision. Bowl Kalang and David Asbista, both eyes on the ball, and the ball spilt over the back, and just a couple of little slipper with a feet.
Toe poke, yes.
And yeah, they got it through. Good stuff.
So back in the middle. Millen with the left hand. Got the hit out. Orchard tries to barge his way through. He's dispossessed. Umpire said he's held.
Patak.
If that's Patak, he's won the free kick. Quick handball over to Langlands. Now he tries inside 50. Mark was dropped there. One hand went Bilby. Now we're going to have a ball up. 40 out from the Woodsman's goals. They kick to the Williamstown end.
The coach will make a note of that one-handed attempt at a mark, I would have thought.
He should have been called. Obviously, his teammate should have called him back with a bit more conviction.
Boyd used the body well.
Oh, well played.
Got the hit out down to Langlands, down to Orchard, and comes in, kicks the point. Should have kicked that one, Jai Orchard. Bad miss there, but lead back out to 23 points. 5-6-36 to 2-1-13. We go on 7.25 minutes of the second quarter.
Yeah, that small forwards roll, that's your bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah, that was great from the stoppage though. So Hamilton works it down the line for Jones, who again toppled over.
No one running
front
past.
of Millen.
Yeah, look, run past him.
Not a lot to kick to. He's again going to be forced to go down the line. He does work the... Jeez, Hamad got very close to where he probably shouldn't have been. It's been turned over. Surely they'll come up with a goal here. Hand pass in for Hamad. Shrugged the tackle. Got the hand pass back. Bilby's onto it. Orchard wants the hand pass. He was knocked over. It was well done by Wyndham Vale to hold it in there after coughing it up initially.
If in doubt, just bang it down the line.
That's why ruckman should never kick a football.
Well, Hamad came in so quickly.
Oh, Kev, handball the ball. Someone run past him.
Oh, if in doubt, vomit.
Yeah, flicked over the back, and it's a free kick out of the stoppage. Running away with it was Alice, but it's going to come back, and Spotswood will have a shot at goal from straight in front.
Be right on his distance, I'd imagine, unless he's a prolific kick.
Yeah, it's Norton, isn't it?
The wind has died down a bit, I have to say, boys, and the sky's a bit clear at the back of the caravan, which is good news.
So Josh Norton sets it up towards goal. It's fading right. It holds its line. It's a good finish. They're second for the term. Spotswood out by 29 again. 6-6-42 to 2-1-13 after 9 minutes. And the intensity's certainly gone up a notch or two, Smackers, in this second quarter, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has, and obviously Spotswood, their key on ballers are starting to get their hands on it now. Patak, Langland's there. And it just goes to show one costly error in your back half and the ball's locked in, and then you pay the price.
Back in the middle. Millen wins the hit out, got to Langlands, to Patak. The handball goes to the outer side. So Kinsella, handballs back to Langlands. He's kicks to the outer side, going to fall in the lap of Orchard, but a good fist there by Bunworth. Hamar does the roving, did real well, picked it up, the slippery ball, turns on his right boot, drives it into full Boyd and Fairley direction. Unable to take the mark, Fairley does the roving, got a good handball over there to Norton. The last goal kicker kicked at the top of the square looking for Kinsella, but too much on it. Ball rolls to the outer side. The ball rolls out of bounds about 10 metres round from the left behind post. Spotswood kick to the Williamstown end of the ground.
Yeah, I don't know who's not manning up on Langlands, but he's sitting out the back of this contest on his own again. He's probably had 4 possessions in the last 2 minutes.
The Falcons, they get the clearance, not convincing though. Still a hot ball, but they've done well. Great handball over the top there. Finds Morrison in some space. He drives the ball down the centre wing on the outer side, but couldn't pick out his teammate. The ball stays in. So it's a 3-on-2 in favour of the Woodsmen. And they've done well there, the Falcons, to hold it in. And we'll get a ball up. Just a right half forward. Again, Kalang with the hit out and the roving. He's wrapped up by Millam in the tackle. We've got another ball up. We've got 70 round from the Falcons goal. Thrown back up again. Millam tapped it down, but it went straight to cross for the Falcons. His kick is hurried and goes inside 50. Now we're going to have a throw in. About 40 out from the Falcons goal. So 11 minutes gone in the second quarter, 29 points the margin on 88.9 Win FM. If you're at the ground, 90.1 for the unbuffeted feed. From the restart now, Millam with a double hander, drops it at his feet. Hamad used his strength, pushed his way through. Now they get the clear handball over top to Kinsella. Tasari missed the tackle, but his teammate there in Morrison laid another big one. They've earned the free kick. Now the kick goes inside 50. Out of bounds on the full.
Oh, you'd take that back,
yeah, that's not advantage.
No. Went in Kalang direction, but couldn't take the mark.
Don't forget the live streaming too, boys, on the team app, on the WRFL app, or on the website.
So Spotswood work it down the far side of the ground, hugging the club rooms, and it has found the boundary line. With a bit of thanks to Charles Bettiol for the Woodsman. 6-6-42 plays 2-1-13. We've gone 12 minutes in this second quarter. Just a bit of end-to-end stuff at the moment. From the throw-in, laying the tackle there was Patak. He doesn't let it spill out. It'll be thrown up. Devon Ellis, the man with the ball in his hands.
Well, Jones is, looks like he's done a wrist there, Kev. Finger. Just left his stoppage.
Sure, so there was a mismatch in a ruck. Yeah. Daniel Ellis had to go up. Had a couple of heads below Millam. Kick inside the 50.
I'll just head down to the Wyndhamvale dugout and see what the damage is.
Yeah.
It must be bad because he didn't know, he just turned his back and away from that ruck contest and
it's
bowled
right,
it off the ground.
Right hand or wrist.
Maybe a dislocation or something of the like. They can put those back in and he'll be back out there in no time.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Cavalieri. Just pass it on to the bench down here. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to know that.
Just pure speculation in here. Up to meet it was Fairley, went in again. Now underneath it, trying to lay a tackle. There was
Kinsella. Just put that back in. Just put it back in. Get back on the ground, you big girl.
Let the blokes from the training make the assessment there, Pep.
He's just thrown.
He heard you. He's not happy.
He's thrown his mouth guard, the big fella. He's coming. He's walking around here, Pep.
Toss back up. The Falcons get the clearance. Oh, good mark by Malau at the back. Reached over the top of his opponent. And he kicks forward. It's a good pass. Kalang takes the mark. Centre wing out of side.
Tell you, I'm standing next to him and his fingers are not pointing in the same direction. It's got nothing to do with my personality.
There's another mark taken at half forward by Bunworth. Probably too far out to score. He's probably at 50 out. A kick from about 55 and he's going to back himself.
They ever need a coach's goal?
A coach's goal, yeah.
This is it.
Yep. They're more important than captain's goals. So Bunworth comes in to the Westgate bridge end, kicks on its way forward. It comes back.
No.
Oh, Malawal grabs it on the lines, play on. Still a loose ball now. It's rushed through for a behind. As the Woodsmen do the quick kick in.
His ring finger.
Bunworth did real well. His courageous mark there.
Well, he didn't kick the coach's goal, but he put his body on the line, and that'll give his teammates a lift.
There's no one leading up at him.
No, he's going to set it up high. He wants his players to jump at it. They do, but Millam did as well, and he had the jump on a lot of them, fisted it towards the line and out, so it'll be thrown in just inside 50, left half forward for Wyndhamvale, trailing by 28 points. Just need to make something happen here. from a throw-in. Millen with the height advantage. Numbers with the Woodsman though. They fall out, kick out of defence. Barging way through there was Wilson, did well, gathered the crumbs, gave the hand pass over the top. They're through here. It's up to Elliott Wood, dish the hand pass back. Running forward in numbers here. If he can get a clean take on it, Kinsella can wheel and go. He steps around his opponent, gives the hand pass back to Marks, couldn't pick it up at his bootlaces, shrugged the tackle, took on the tackler, holding the ball surely, and it is paid that way. Wyndhamvale win the free kick.
Got to switch, that's it.
They've got to move it on quickly. It hangs in the air. It's a turnover. Straight to Wilson. Chopped it off and then gives a little bit to Scarborough. The kick just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, poor execution.
While kicking straight into the teeth of the wind, it's the one kick switch across the defensive 50 is always dangerous in that situation.
Yeah, Wilson, young Darcy Wilson positioned himself well there, but he could have gone the shorter option to
create the overlap.
But he went the longer option and he's chipped in over the nice mark.
So Wilson, 35 out, goes to slide angle to the right. Right foot drop, punt, kicks the goal. And so they're making the most of a few Wyndhamvale errors at this stage. And the Woodsmen lead by 34, 7-6-48 to 2-2-14. 16 and a half gone in the second quarter.
Yeah, but what a spot he did. 7 goals, and they've probably got 3 of them in their mistakes from Wyndhamvale in the back half that are just costly.
7 individual goal kickers now for Spotswood.
Good size make you pay.
Yeah.
Back in the middle.
Just watching Chris Jones put his own finger back in. It was dislocated, and the ring finger on his right hand. Oh, I may vomit here.
From the restart.
I think he might too.
Scarborough with a little quick kick. Langland's on all fours, so's Boyd as well. They link by hand. Still scrappy here. Back in the centre of the ground there. Klein gets it. Little kick to half forward now. The Falcons go forward. Kick now goes to full forward. Bolt. Lag through at the back. Couldn't quite take the mark. Now it's played on. Mallowell at the back. Somehow the ball ended up in his hands. He's run in and kicked the easiest of goals. He's got 2 now this afternoon, 4 on the season. Lead back to 28 points. 3-2-20 Wyndhamvale trail. Spotswood 7-6-48.
I thought, looking at it from there, I thought he was in the back line because he was going to run our way, and then he realised, oh, hold on a minute, I'm clear, I'll turn around and go bang.
I think that's the perfect summation of what happened there, Smackers.
I'm sure he thought he was in the back line, Kev.
He was the kid who got the lollies in the lolly shop and went, hang on, I'm in the lolly shop.
So Dorr and Boyd back in the middle. Wyndhamvale with a mini spark out of the middle. Scarborough got in the way of the clearance. It's still at the foot of the pack. Dorr goes in again. He was tackled there by Lynch. It's not coming out. They'll ball it up.
Be handy if they can get back-to-back goals here.
Yeah, they just need to stay within touch. Additionally, the last year they've had close encounters, these two sides. Just last year, obviously, with Wyndhamvale being in Division 2 before that. Hamad missed it, comes out to Snays, just the hand pass back for Bunworth. Grubs a little ball up the wing, was taken. Inboard, dangerous kick, Scarborough's got to go, he was nudged out of it, umpire said it was fair, Scarborough goes again, caught in the tackle, tried to break through. Norton had hands all over him, and now the ball up.
That's a free kick 99 out of 100 times a day, isn't it?
Yeah. Geez, you want another 10 of him out there at the moment.
Yeah. He's a gutsy little fella, isn't he, Scarborough?
They go. Dorr flicked it over the back. Comes to Spotswood. They miss the target with the hand pass. Dorr goes in again. Underneath them all is Patak for the Woodsman. And another ball up. 7-6 plays 3-2. Close to time on in the second term. They go again. Oh, it was well done out of the ruck there by Dorr. Won it straight down to Tassari. Kicked it up to left half forward. Trying to get onto it there was Pigden. He couldn't. They've turned it over. Bettyol comes up to meet it. Great fist out of play by James Tassari. And he halts the Woodsman's run right there. It'll be thrown in centre wing, broadcast side.
It's nearly 20 minutes gone now. Thrown back in. Boyd gets to hit out. It's into space now. Scarborough runs onto it. Handballs over the top to the coach in Bunworth. Wrapped up in a tackle immediately by Bettiol. They'll have a ball up. 70 around from the Woodsman's goal. They're at right half forward. Boyd, Falcon, he's Langlands got it back. Handball, put his Abyss under a bit of pressure. They've done well. Alice, he's upended as he kicked. Still play on though. Still a ball to be won, and it's won by the Woodsman. Now the kick goes into full forward, looking for Fairley. Used his body beautifully up by some player. Touched, was it? Fairley shrugs the tackle, slaps around the body.
That's a goal.
It's a goal.
It is. It's another run for Lockie Fairley, number 2 on the day. He's got 2 goals too. We've gone 21 minutes. It's Spotswood 8-6-54 to 3-2-20.
Yeah, it all started from Marks at half back. He attacked the ball and he put it under his arm and put the jets on, and he got about 5 or 6 metres and a perfect delivery. I don't know who touched it, but it seemed a clear mark.
It was a clear mark as well.
Yeah,
Would have been a fingertip in the pack, which normally you just pay the mark to them anyway. So up in the middle, Dorr won it down, came to Ellis, dropped it, Langlands in there again, barged their way through. Norton, just willed it forward, got the kick up towards the 50. Tassari did well for the Falcons, it spills loose, hand pass out to Orchard, backwards again, Boyd at right half forward, snaps to the teeth of goal, underneath it, Fairley again, couldn't get fingertips to it, gathers on the bounce, tried to break a few tackles, gave the hand pass back, sliding in there was Callard for the Spotswood, great tackle by Snays. Umpire comes in and sorts it out.
That was pretty high, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I would have thought so. Altona 5-4-34 lead at halftime against Albion 2-3-15.
So Kalangan Boyd brilliantly down to Hamadu, snapped. He didn't get all of it, but it fell in the lap of his forward player there. And the mark's been taken by Fairley, who just had front position and a bit of luck involved, but still.
A lot of luck.
He'll go back from about 10-15 metres out. It'll have his full attention though, but he drills the goal. And from the right forward pocket, he kicks his 3rd and his 2nd in a minute. Spotswood 9-6-60, out by 40 over Wyndhamvale, 3-2-20.
He's been good, Naif. It just he read that perfectly off the pack, and his kick fell short. But like all good forwards, Fairley played in front, and an easy chest mark in the end.
The breezes died right down, boys, and the sun's out.
Is it?
Oh, it must be Melbourne.
Get the suntan lotion out, Kevin.
Yeah, I will, the way I'm going.
The umpire getting ready to restart play. It's going to be Kalang and Millam in the ruck. Millam wins it down. Ellis gets the clearance. It's chopped off at half back. And the Woodsman drive it forward. Now into space in the marks direction. Gathers on the bounce. Scarborough laid the tackle. Got hands away. Got it to Patak. Kicks inside. Forward 50. Looking for Callard. But he couldn't quite take the mark as the ball spoiled. Out of bounds, about 50 out for the Woodsman's goal.
Chris Jones still on the interchange bench, but his hand seems to he's got it back in. He's got the finger back in, but I think he's still in a bit of pain with it.
Short throw in. Millen wins it down. Paddles to the front. Going to have a ball up. It's Bilby and Ellis. Both have the ball. The umpire comes in and throw it up. So 24 minutes gone of the second quarter. Umpire throws it up again. Millen with the double hander, but it goes to Scarborough. It's a quick clearing kick. It's going to come back though. It's chopped off left half forward. Then the play on the Woodsman kick, looking in the Callard direction, but Bunworth almost could have been paid. The umpire said play on, and a handball back outside attacking 50 for the Woodsman. Still sort of in control of the ball now. It's a loose ball. Bunworth makes up for his mistake. No, the kick smothered, and he dives back in. Now about 50 out, right in the true centre half forward. The free kick has gone the way of the Falcons to Pryor, the late inclusion today. Kicks out wide. Goes looking for Bowl. The ball beats into the boundary line. Wasn't it? Again, another poor kick out of defence for the Falcons. We're going to have another throw in. About 60 round from the Woodsman's goal.
Yeah, it's that they're just falling down in that department. That kick, it goes sideways out of the back half. I don't know why they just don't get it longer down the line.
Millen beautifully down the Bilby, but was dispossessed. And he's been pinged for a throw. Is Bilby, and a free kick will go to Scarborough at right half back.
So Scarborough works it down the line. It's another iffy kick. The spoil came from the Woodsman. Falls to the back of the pack. Bilby's going to be onto it. Can he get around Scarborough? He's corralled. He plays on. Gives the hand pass. He's coughed it up. Straight to Crean, who works it up the line. His kick was a little iffy as well. Coming up to meet it was Newton for the Woodsman. Does a little reverse check side inside the 50 in the Betty Old direction. Did beautifully. Got around his opponent. Hand pass backwards. And now caught by Boll. That's great defence from him. Drives his opponent to the ground and wins a free kick for holding the ball. That's great defensive effort by the Falcons there. They looked right up against it.
This is where they're struggling to get it out now.
They just can't get it out of their defensive area, can they?
He's gone.
Works the hand pass back. At least you can't muck it up from 2 metres away. You wouldn't think that's a good kick. They work it amongst themselves. And now Kalang works it up with his left boot. It was a good kick. Tassari takes off. Wheels inboard, kicks a spiral punt to half forward. It didn't work out too well. The mark's been taken in defence. The Woodsman can repel. Out wide, looking for Fairley. Comes up to meet it. Wheels inboard immediately. That's a good kick. He had great awareness where his teammate Wilson was. Didn't want to play on, didn't have much in front of him. He's got Callard at the hot spot. That's where it goes. Front spot, shoved his opponent out of the way and then didn't get in the right spot. Scarborough takes the mark.
Free kick.
Doesn't matter, Wyndhamvale come up with it. Boll will take it from fullback. Now he goes the switch. It works okay for Pryor. Needs to know it's peaceful there. That one had too much on it. This one's Davis, pokes it inside 50. Unable to take the mark. Numbers with the Falcons. They should be able to work it out. Falling on his back there was Orchard. He seems to have hurt himself. He's knocked the wind out of himself. He should be okay. Trainers go to attend to him. Kick out of defence by Wyndhamvale. Again turned over, and that will be that for the first half. Here at McLean Reserve, it's a 40-point lead to Spotswood. 9-6-60 to 3-2-20. The heat rose in that second. Only if they do just as well in the second half. They can't stop, then they've done no good. But
they've had moments, but their bad moments have outshone their good moments.
They need to work, get back-to-back goals.
Yes, yet to do that this afternoon.
I don't know what can happen. Get off to a good start here. Kalang and Millen to do battle in the ruck. They both had a share of it. Fell in the lap of Isbista, who's been busy in the middle. He comes out wide. A high kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Still inside the attacking 50. Couple of hand passes. Boyd worked it back to Isbista. He's got Langlands for support. Decides to kick inside 50 instead, and taking the defensive mark. Standing in the hole was Bure Maluel. He takes the mark again. A dangerous switch across the face of his defensive goal. Finds Morrison. Now they work it up the line. Coming up to meet it there was Tocchet-Ledes. He was caught in the tackle, and it's not coming out. We'll have a ball up on centre wing. Between the two interchange gates.
Bit of ball moving out of the back half. It took the game on.
They hit some targets. Was the difference there. Coming off the back of the stoppage there was Davis. Slung the kick towards half forward. The hand pass comes out and releases. Wilson kicks to a vacant goal square. Bouncing through.
Hit the post.
No, as umpire's calling.
Hit the post, Pep.
Post? Yeah, did hit the post. It's hard to see, we're far away. But it is a behind to Spotswood. It was a good build-up. 9-7-61 to 3-2-20.
Oh, no.
Actually saw something I didn't see, Smackers. Is it 50?
Well, I thought it was dropping the ball, but he's paid in the back, and now it's a 50.
So I'm not sure.
I thought
Tassari don't really know
took,
what's going on, but Tassari comes up with it. And some luck going the way of... He hasn't even made the most of his 50. He needs to get all the way up there. Now Tassari. Ran into trouble. Gave the hand pass back to Maluel. Run into trouble. Ball. They're just a little unsure what to do with it when they get the footy.
Tassari come
he
off the
won't
mark.
give it back.
15.
Gee whiz, I
think Tommy enjoyed that.
No, I think he did too, Kev. He had the struck going.
So Langlands kicks up towards half forward. Boyd had to go down and get it. Gave the hand pass over to Patak. Slings the ball into the left forward pocket. Coming up to meet it there was Fairley. Now backwards to Wilson. Hand pass hugged against the boundary line. It was well done by Pryor. Now it's seen out of play.
Free kick.
There's a free kick.
Yeah, Goff, is it? Goff's free?
Yep.
You hear a lot of Langlands, Patak, Boyd, and those names being used in this half. Wyndhamvale will be in a lot of trouble.
The clearing ball up towards the wing, chopped off by Davis. Got it with the second clunk, and he can put the Woodsman back inside 50. He's too far out to score. Floats a kick and right in the hole. Able to take the mark there is Hamilton, and he relieves the Falcons out the far side. That's a good kick, and it's a good mark. Back inboard. Oh, that hangs in the air, and it's chopped off by Isbista, who's had plenty of the footy this afternoon. He's right in the middle of McLean reserve. Pokes a kick up towards half forward. Coming up to meet it was Bettiol. Couldn't take the mark. Norton goes in. Dish the hand pass back to Patak. Now to Langlands. He was caught in the tackle. Got the hand pass away. Now by Wilson. His kick.
Whistle.
There is a whistle. It's going to go to Langlands. He was brought down after he disposed of the ball.
Isn't that downfield?
Maybe should have been Willow.
Maybe.
But regardless, Tom Langlands can set sail from outside the 50. Instead, he pokes it short into the pocket, sets it up high enough for them to jump at it. Coming in where was Kalang was collected, and he's sandwiched between two Woodsmen. It'll be thrown up.
So ball up, at 20 out from the Woodsman's goal. Boyd gets to hit out down to Hamad. Quick snap across the body. Misses near side, one behind. Margin 42 points, 9-8-62 Spotswood. Play Wyndhamvale 3-2-20. We've got 4.5 minutes of this third quarter.
So they clear it out to Morrison. The hand pass back. Inboard door, and they've worked it up the line. And it's out of play. There's good pressure at the moment in their forward half, the Woodsmen. They're locking it in, not letting any space for the Falcons to work it out.
Attack loose over the back here, boys, this stoppage.
And the throw in. It's knocked down by Millam. And then straight back into the clinches. It'll be thrown up again. Kalang and Millam to go to the ruck. Millam got in front position, then I had it knocked straight to him. He got the hand pass back to Patak. Kick up towards the wing. It's gathered by Sam Davis, was patient, goes inboard. Now Langlands received the hand pass, slipped over, went backwards again. They work it out back to Callard. Dish the hand pass away. Surely that's holding the ball. Was dropping the ball. Tassari looks a little worse for wear. Then in the meantime, the kick goes up towards half forward. Wyndhamvale players just kind of stood still, and then they burst out of defence through Williams, the Woodsman, up towards half forward, but it's chopped off by Bunworth. Again, they work that switch. It's dropped there by Crean. He must have heard the voice, got in trouble, dished the hand pass out of the congestion, and they've worked it well here, the Falcons. That was a good kick, and it's taken by Morrison. He takes a bounce, kicks them up towards half forward with the sit there, and Montalto couldn't take the mark. It got over the head. Not strong enough there was Tocchet-Leedy, was bumped off the ball too easily, and the kick up towards the wing. That's a good mark again, and Morrison just gets in the way. He goes inboard to Scarborough. He's going to play on, needs to kick it over the top of Boyd, sets it up towards 4-4. The mark's been taken. That's well done. Good. And it is Malual who takes the mark at full forward. Anthony Dorr.
Good ball movement there by the Falcons. Morrison looked inboard, hit a target, which they haven't been able to do. Scarborough wheels around on his left. That's what they need to do, take the game on.
He pokes at it.
He's got it.
It's a good kick. It's a goal. Anthony Dorr on the board. 3 goals for the season, becomes 4 for the big man. He kicks Wyndhamvale's 4th, and it was a good leap and a really strong mark. 4-2-26 Wyndhamvale, Spotswood 9-8-62. 7 minutes gone in this third term.
I think you can see, boys, obviously the coach would have asked for a bit more run out of the back line, which they've done it this first 5 minutes. And then that play there, it wasn't stop-start like they were doing in that first quarter, so good on them.
It's back in the middle. Millen wins the hit out. Scarborough does the roving. Evades opponent. Then handballs to Maliwal. He's forced back around. They're going backwards, but it's a good kick. Morrison has been busy during his third quarter. Takes the mark. Handballs over to Hamilton. He's kicked to half forward, looking for Pryor. The big good fist there by Williams in defence, and he does the crumbing as well. Does Williams, but he's dispossessed. Tocoletti's handball to no one in particular. Now it's picked up. Ball, Callard picked it up, dropped it. It's taken high. He was lucky there. Was Callard there? He's earned the free kick.
He's had the fumbles today,
Had the fumbles and the slips there on the free kick. He chips it back. Langlands, they look for the switch. Langlands now he's going to drive it to half forward. It's a mongrel punt, chopped off by Maliwal at left half back. Short ball over the top's good. Montalto out there, I think, takes the mark. Ball inboard, it's dangerous, it's chopped off. It's picked up there by Isbista. Now it's gone. They've lost possession here, the Woodsman. Alice had it, lost it, kick off the ground. Goes in the middle of McLean reserve. They push forward, still do the Woodsman. Still a hot ball there. Handball goes to Isbista, couldn't take the mark. Asari tried the bar through, but it came through. It was Norton, kicks the full forward, but the mark's taken by Bumworth. And he looks to move it on quickly. Goes out looking for Morrison again. He's spreading well. Morrison's been good. Kicks to the centre wing. Free kick off the ball to Tocoletti's against Callard.
Yeah, they've moved Callard back now. He's had a shocker of a day.
So they've been held up a bit here at the Falcons. Tocoletti's. Just a quick handball sideways. So Morrison again drives to far forward. Didn't get all of it. It's chopped off at left half back by Bennett.
And Scarborough is the only target.
Yeah, have a look at Scarborough and have a look at Bennett. If there's not a foot and a half difference, I'll go E.
Bennett goes back to Williams. He goes to the outer side. Hamad takes the mark. Right half back. Little short ball over the top. It's a good lead there, fairly. Pushed up from full forward. Got the handball back to Hamad. Pushed as he kicked, but gets it to half forward. Bouncing ball. Stays in.
He's got it back.
Hamad keep running. Now he runs inside 50 from the boundary line. There's a bit of a mongrel kick. Goes across the face of goal. Now it's picked up there by Bowl. He's run down in a tackle. Now the Woodsman can still score. Now it was Norton goes towards goal. It's going to be punched through for a rush behind. Wow, what run there.
Going to make goal of the year.
Brilliant by Naif Hamad. Is absolutely brilliant. So the lead, 37 points, 10 minutes gone.
Good bit chasing there by Charles Bettiol out of the forward line too. I thought he did well then.
So the Falcons work it up the middle, and then they've gone the next kick. It was poor. Langlands chopped it off. Despite the pressure from Dorr, the hand pass comes back to Newton. He sets it high to full forward. Up they fly. That's a great mark at full forward. And Lockie fairly takes it. Almost point blank range. He's only about 15 out. It'll be for goal number 4. And they just need this to settle, Spotswood. They've been challenged. Their lead is still significant, and that is a beautiful drop punt. Their 10th of the afternoon. Lockie Fairley has 4, and Spotswood moved to 10-9-69. Wyndhamvale 4-2-26, so it's a 43-point lead now. We've gone 11 and a bit minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've come out with a lot of intent, the Falcons. Morrison out here on this wing's been outstanding this first 10 minutes, but they're just falling down across this half-forward line here. There's, as we mentioned early on that first quarter,
at least they fixed up coming out of defence. That was the problem first. They're getting out of there now.
There's no height. There's no height in this forward line, so that's their problem.
From the restart, umpire throws it up, cross with a big tackle. He's been ping-folding the man. His advantage has been paid. The Woodsmen go forward. Long shot towards goal. He's like Patak. Misses to the right. Through for one behind. His first score of the afternoon. Margin 44 points. We've gone nearly 12 minutes of the third quarter. 10-70 plays 4-2-26.
But certainly Wyndhamvale need to ensure their work rate remains as it is at this stage. They deserve better than to be blown out of the water here today. They work it up the wing in the direction of Malual. Couldn't take the mark, then regathers. Kicks up towards half forward. Unable to take possession was Tassari. Then it was caught in a tackle He'll be thrown up just forward of the wing. Clubroom side of the ground at McLean Reserve. Spotswood by 44. Millam won it down. Then Kalang went and got it. Thumped the ball up towards half forward. It was ill-directed and it spins out of play. Gained a bit of meterage though, so they're up at half forward. 60 from goal. Kalang and Millam to go at it in the ruck. Up they go. Millam at the front just held Kalang out of the contest, and now there's a free kick. High tackle going to Spotswood. Hamad takes it. Lost his headband in the process. Got to go collect that first.
Been good today, boys.
Yeah, very good. Hoists it high down the far side. Millam's the target. He's there. He shouldn't have dropped that. It was knocked out of his hands. Woodsman still come up with it. Hamad's gliding by. He doesn't end up with it. Hand pass over to Orchard. Now inboard to Bilby. They're running in waves. He kicks. He's chopped it off. Right on the teeth of goal. No. There's a whistle. It's going to come back. And it will be a free kick to Bilby. There was no advantage paid in the end. And he'll kick from the top of the goal square.
Bit of comedy capers there, boys.
Yeah.
Bilby on his left, you would have backed him in.
And then the mark was dropped
and then fairly picked it up and kicked the goal, but it's coming back to Bilby. He shouldn't miss this.
I'm inclined to reserve judgment until it's through the big sticks. James Bilby kicks the goal. His first. And Spotswood out to a 50-point lead now. 11-10, 76 to 4-26. 14 gone at the third term.
He's still eligible for 19s, Smackers?
No, he's first year up in the seniors.
Okay.
Yep.
Kid with a lot of upside, though.
Yeah.
So 14 and a half gone, third quarter. You're on 88.9 Win FM. If you want to stream it, you can at home at the WRFL website live. Restart. Millam with the hit out. Ball's at his feet. He doesn't pick it up. It's a long way down. Alice is under there. Cross laser tackle. And another ball up.
Haven't seen Chris Jones come back on. Obviously, just a bit too much grief from that finger.
He hasn't even got a tracksuit top sitting in that coach's box either. Kev, you reckon he would have showered up?
Yeah, he might want to come back on, but he certainly was giving him some pain. You can tell that.
So from the restart, the Woodsmen go forward through, but tack kick goes to the full forward. Socket off the ground, it's gone through for a goal. Fairley's got another 9 last week, he's got 5 this week. He's up to 17 for the season. The lead 56 points in favour of Spotswood. 12-10, 82, plays 4-2, 15 and a half gone third quarter.
Yeah, it's just a bit easy out of those stoppages at the moment for the Woodsmen there, and the forwards are obviously Fairley's going to capitalise there, and I can see him having a big second half.
Can't afford to drop their bundle, Wyndhamvale. It's really important that they, keep some sort of structure, their structures in place, and keep having a dip.
The Spots would have kicked 3 in a hurry after Wyndhamvale started the quarter so well. 12-10 to 4-2. Hamad kicks it down the wing, up towards half forward, inside the 50 almost. Boyd was there, applies the pressure. Kinsella as well, and they just escort Bunworth over the line. It'll be tossed in, 45 around from goal, right half forward for the Woodsmen.
We talked last night to Chris O'Keefe about, sides who are down the bottom of the ladder and how you have to obviously think about the next couple of weeks. Wyndhamvale wouldn't want to be going in the next couple of weeks on the back of a thrashing here.
Yeah, especially with the break.
Yep.
They've got Albion next game, Kev. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's a very, very much a line ball game, that one. A winnable game for either side, but mentally if you come in and you're both coming off hiding, you'd be better off not coming in off hiding.
So Bunworth tried to switch it across the face of goal, and then the clearing kick under pressure finds it's Jason Marks, and from 55 out sets it high. It's not going to work back enough. It's still short on the line. It was touched and seen over. 12-11 to 4-2.
Smackers, would you just be telling them, forget the switching and just go down the line, boys, and just play some percentage football for 10 minutes and see what happens there?
The other thing now, Kev, obviously, they've got Goff on Fairley, Hamilton on board. I'd throw Hamilton forward just to give them a bit of a target. They've got nothing. They're 9 goals down.
Yep.
I know Boyd's going to cut loose if you move Hamilton, but let's see if we can find something for next week, because Albion aren't as big as Spotswood.
No, good point.
A horrible turnover has ensued from the kick-in, and Charles Bettiol on the approach. Similar angle to Marks a moment ago, just a little closer. Deliberate kick. That is beautiful from Charles Bettiol. Right through the middle. 13-11-89 Spotswood, and they're stretching their lead. Wyndhamvale 4-26. Bettiol kicks his first of the afternoon, and it's out to 63 points. Just what we hoped wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
They're just finding it a little too easy now, Spotswood. And not a whole lot of resistance coming the other way.
well, they've made one move. They've put young Morrison on the ball now, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with that, because he's been good on this wing.
So back in the middle, Boyd easily, and then the handball was quick to Langlands. They go forward again. Goes looking for fairly good fist. Oh, Mark, it's been paid. The mark. They'll go back from number 6. We'll kick from about 50 on a 45-degree angle. So he's working his way up the goal-kicking ladder for the league leader. 18 on the year, sorry, 17 on the year.
Make it 18.
Make it 18. He's kicked 15 of them in the last 2 weeks. Lockie Fairley on fire this afternoon again. 6 goals, lead 69 points now for the Woodsmen. 14-11-95 to 4-2-26. We've just gone over 19 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, Langlands and Batak out of the middle. Great tap there by Boyd, just into the dangerous area, and away they went. And you'd like to be on the end of Tommy Langland's kicks, boys.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And it barely touched it, Wyndhamvale out of the middle. So here we are back in the centre circles. Kalang jumped early, both rucks missed it. Hands to it to the Woodsman. It's going to come the way of Langlands, but he's worked it all the way to the defensive edge of the centre square, and that's where it will remain. It'll be thrown up.
A test for the Wyndhamvale leaders. Daniel Bumworth is on the ground as the sort of coach, and he and Devon Ellis and the boys that have been around the club a while, they've really got to steel themselves here.
Boyd did well, knocked it down. Hamad ghosts onto it and then left it behind. It comes the way of Snays for Wyndhamvale, who's coughed it up. They'll get it back. Taken by Morrison, just the hand pass out. It's still in the congestion there. Brutal in there. Spotswood waiting out the back. Hand pass to Boyd. Don't hand pass it to a ruckman. Isn't that one of the number 1 rules of footy? He did okay.
Centre-half forward he is.
He did okay.
This week he is.
In the end, it comes out to his Bista. Marks is in there as well. It's the foot of the pack. Pigton was tackled for Wyndhamvale. It'll be balled up.
Speaking about that, Kev, Ellis is just having a rest here across the half-forward line.
Well, he's been in the middle just about all day, so probably due for a rest, but you know, he's one of the blokes who really has to lead from the front, which he always does.
Yeah, he does.
His Bista, again, finds himself at the foot of the pack. Comes out to Scarborough, though. Just the hand pass back to Morrison, now back to Scarborough. In a bit of space. Oh, sold his teammate into some trouble. Caught in a heavy tackle. It's taken by Cross. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Well done there by Alice. In there on the foot of the pack was Wilson for Spotswood. Works it out to Marks. Now to Langlands. And over the top, running through midfield was Williams. He's kicked to the vacant goal there. It's marked, floating across the back. Just gorgeous stuff from Lockie Fairley.
Geez, you got some good jukes.
They just stuck perfectly, and well, we might pencil this one in. He guides it through from point blank. 7 on the day for Lockie Fairley.
What's he kicked this quarter, boys? 3 or 4?
Ugh.
Sorry, Willow.
He might have kicked
4.
4. Well, they've cracked the ton, Spotswood, as we tick into time on in the third quarter. 15-11, 101 to 4-26, and to be fair, you didn't really see this coming. It was tight enough contest in the first few minutes, so they've really broken it open since then. 75 points.
Three-quarter time score, Altona 7-6-48, Albion 4-7-31. I think Albion are with the breeze in this quarter, or were with the breeze in that quarter. So Altona will have it coming home with a 17-point lead.
So the Woodsmen go forward from the restart. And the kick went towards goal by Vista, but it's chopped off in the last line of defence by Motherwell. He moves it quickly to Scarborough. It's been good this afternoon. Handball's back to Snays on his left boot. Goes to centre wing. Ball's fisted away. Out of bounds. Throw in. In front of the club rooms on the outer side. Just the one goal this quarter for the Falcons through Dahl. That was the first goal of the quarter at the 7-minute mark. It's been all Spotswood since then as umpire restarts play. Hamad barging in. Scarborough's there as well. Hamad lays the tackle and we'll have a ball up. About 60 out from the Woodsman's goal on the other side. So 23 minutes gone in the third quarter. Rucks go at it. Snays wrapped up. Quick kick forward into the forward 50. Boyd paddles it. Gives it to Isbista. He's wrapped up in a tackle immediately by Cross, but the ball spills out. Now it's still going towards goal. Hamilton picks it up, fumbles it across the line for a behind for the Woodsmen, and the lead now 76 points, 15-12, 102 to 4-2-26.
A quick movement out of the back half by Wyndhamvale, only as far as Jones. He turned tackler, holds things up in front of his Falcons interchange bench. So another stoppage. 15-12 plays 4 goals 2. It's not defensive side of the pack for the Falcons. They get the clearance, but waiting for it was Marks there. Kicks to full forward. Up they fly. Coming up to meet it was Fairley. Gave it to Boyd. He was pushed off it as he kicked, and it just scrubbers through for a minus score for Murray Boyd. It was good defensive effort there by the Falcons end.
Yeah, Spotswood have got the luxury now of playing Boyd forward, and young Bennett's gone into the ruck now.
So it's been a powerful third term display. And it might come right back in. No, that one has hit the target. It's Maliwell, the outer side, chops it off. Coming up to meet it there was Elliot Wood. Couldn't gather it cleanly. He's tackled.
Honestly,
and a ball up.
that is, why would you kick it in where there's 2 Spotswood blokes stand next to you, the bloke you're kicking it to?
They've done that all game, Kev.
Oh,
so
but
obviously they've been
do you
told
not
to.
learn?
Yeah.
The definition of, stupidity isn't doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
It's a fair call off the back of the pack by Patak. Works it inside 50. Boyd's there. They've got talls aplenty at the foot of the pack. Hand pass comes out. Great effort there. Boyd goes in again. Releases the hand pass close to the boundary line. Kalang did well, did the tackling. Falls out to Lynch. Kicks it up into the pocket, and it's a mark. Charles Bettiol. He'll have a chance to kick his second.
A fairly reasonable amount of strapping on that left shoulder, Smackers.
Who's that?
Young Charles Bettiol.
Yeah, I said a broken hand. It might have been his shoulder he done pre-season, Kev.
Yeah, certainly got enough strapping on there for 3 people.
So he's angled to the right, Charles Bettiol.
He hardly misses his kid.
Well, we saw him put on a great display late last year. From 15 out, just guides it beautifully through the middle. That's his second. And 16 now for Spotswood. 16-13, 109 to 4-2-26. 83 points and quick as a flash. It's hard to believe it's gotten that far out of Wyndhamvale's hands, to be honest with you. Smackers, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, it has. Just the class of it now, isn't it? And it's only going to get worse this last quarter. But the Falcons have just got to keep trying things now, Kev. So you'll be throwing the magnets around and see what we can get out of the wreckage.
Yep, see what people can do that you don't know that they can do.
Yep.
From the restart, Woodsman looked to go forward again, but Scarborough's done well, chopped it off, got the handball out, but stolen there by Langlands. He drives it long to full forward to one-on-one. Fairly there, kicks off the ground, kicks across, misses the lot. Ball's still in play now, it's out of bounds.
I'm just trying to pick up where Goff's gone to now, Kev, because they've made the move on Fairley.
No,
Is he gone to Bettiol, has he? I can't see down that far.
So thrown back in, Boyd used the body, won the hit out. Hamilton wrapped up by 3 Woodsmen. We're going to have a ball up, we are.
So they've put Bowl onto Fairley. Just trying to pick up where Goff's gone.
He might be on Bettiol, down right on the goal line there.
Yep.
So Dorr wins the hit out. Hit it to a dangerous spot too, to the top of the goal square. And the players are all diving in. And another ball up.
Yeah. Goff's on Betty Old on the right up against the behind post there.
Surely you can get someone else to mind. Charles, no disrespect to him, and put Goff at centre half forward. Let's see if we can get something.
Free kick's been given away against Dorr for throwing out Murray Boyd out of the ruck contest, and he's going to go back, have a shot from about 25 out directly in front.
3/4 time score, Sunny Heights 9, 18-72. So they've kicked 1-8 in that quarter. Wyndham Suns, conversely, have kicked 4-1 to have a lead of 10 points as the siren sounds here and Boydie comes in.
So Boyd comes in, kicks on its way, straight through the middle. He's got 2 this afternoon. And the lead at 3/4 time here, the WRFL match of the day between Spotswood and Wyndhamvale is 89 points.
Good move.
I think Daniel Dimmick was spot on though. That first 10 minutes of that quarter, they were great.
Yeah.
They only got the one goal, unfortunately, but after that they just dropped their heads and the shackles were let loose.
So Kalang and Millam back in the ruck. Oh, Millam won it straight down. Kalang did the roving, kicks it inside the 50. Almost hit up a target there in Morrison. Up they come, back out of defence. It's taken by Norton. Slings a kick up towards his Vista. At the back, used his body well, then laid the Shepherd. Up comes Boyd, ran into the tackle, kept possession, then lost it. Straight to Kalang, over the top to Malual. And this time the switch worked perfectly. Scarborough marks at centre half back for the Falcons.
This is where Hamilton's got to be leading. Hey, he's a big target up there now.
He had Crean short. He decides to go longer for Snays. It was fisted away from him. Up to meet it was Tassari. Knocked away from him. Snays goes in again. Tackling hard there was Lynch for Spotswood. He wraps things up. They'll throw it up. Right on the boundary on centre wing, club room side. So yeah, first few minutes crucial for Wyndhamvale. They'd love to snag the first goal of the final term. And that's going to be a secondary stoppage here. Good tackling there from Josh Norton. Was among their best last week. Yeah, big win over Albion. Well on their way to doing something similar today. From the restart, Millam cleverly over the back. In the path there of attack. Got onto it, then was dispossessed. Little scoop forward. Cleverly done. Here they go. It's gathered there by Wilson. Gave the hand pass over the top. Centering ball. Bettiol with the sit and the goal and the mark. Beautifully done by Charles Bettiol.
One hand. Nice.
Yeah, great control as he flew through the air. And that's a really good mark from Charles Bettiol. Not much you can do about that if you're a defender. That's just all class.
Yeah, he didn't do much wrong to Sari there. He played in front and he had everything covered except Charles's leap, and then he stuck out the big juke and pulled in a one-hander.
So normally a beautiful kick. Charles Bettiol floats it through for a goal. His third for this afternoon. And Spotswood, they just continue to stretch their lead. 18-13, 121 to 4-26. It's now 95 points. 2.5 gone in the final term.
Yeah, and Kev, you spoke about the leaders standing up. Well, if you have a look on the in the centre of the ground now, they've got Cross, Ellis, and the coach.
Kev's got his headphones off.
Restart.
Kev's got
Millam easily with the left hand. Langlands paddles forward. Patak tried to go off the ground, but Langlands follows it up well. Did well to his Bista, then over to Hamad. Kick inside 50. Mark's been taken there by Bettiol. Just inside the 50, but he'll kick from 55. Bettiol with the last goal, just sets it up to the top of the square in the Fairley direction. Why wouldn't you go there? Boyd takes the mark, but the free kick's being picked out.
Yeah.
And it is going the way of Bowl, who moves it on quickly out wide to Malawal. Right back pocket, short ball is okay to Tassari. James Tassari there. And he goes out wide looking for his brother, Tyler. He's caught from behind. Did well though, won the ball, handballed into Green. Back there, the handball went to a big tackle there.
Cross
Against Cross on Langlands. Free kicks picked out. It's gone the way of Langlands. That wouldn't bother him at all. Tommy probably loves it, wouldn't he?
Yep.
There you go, short in the middle.
Probably do the same thing.
Is Vista with the mark. Kicks inside 50. Mark's taken on the outer side. Now where's Fairley, but it gets nowhere near him. Mullowell chops it off. Clearing kick. Goes to Scarborough. Spoiled. Smallest man. There probably shouldn't have been the target there. The Woodsmen continue. The ball goes inside 50. Standing under it was Wilson. Couldn't take the mark. Boyd's wrapped up in a tackle by Kalane. Got a little boot to the ball. Handball back. Mullowell under some pressure. Goes across the goals. Did well there. Finds the coach in Bunworth. Handballs over the top to Scarborough. Back to Bunworth. They work it out well. Now the driving ball to centre wing on the outer side. Hamilton used his body. Pushed out his opponent. The ball's going to beat him and his opponent, Elliot Wood. Over the line. We'll have a throw in right in front of the club rooms here at McLean Reserve.
Yeah, they worked it well around that club room's side of the ground there, Falcons.
From the throw-in, Millam reaches over the top, won it down boundary side, numbers with the Woodsman. They should come up with it. It was well done there by Patak. Hugged against the boundary, slings a little kick up the boundary line. Millam was there, affected the pressure. And it'll be balled up. Right up against the boundary line. On centre wing. 18-13, 121 to 42-26. 5.5 gone on 88.9 Win FM. From the restart, they all go up. Comes out the back. Little grubbering kick was good for Orchard. Gives the hand pass back to Norton. Kicks up towards half forward in the Boyd direction. Comes up to meet it. Clean hands for a big man. Screws the kick in the mark's direction. Takes the mark. Wants to play on quickly. Didn't have much to go to. Pokes it short. Here's Langlands. Sets it up towards the hot spot. Hamad spilt the mark. Gathers his crumbs. Kicks. He was knocked off the footy. Going in again there was Wilson for the Woodsman. Dish the hand pass back. They've got numbers that they've done really well here, Wyndhamvale. And that's a great tackle. Winning the free kick. Tassari will take it. Works it up the line for Scarborough. Did well in front of Callard, but then couldn't keep it in. It'll be thrown in. It's just those little disposal things. You hit your target, you get to go back to your mark and have a safe kick instead. Yeah, just a half contest, yep. Millam sweeps it across the back of the pack. Scarborough couldn't quite get fingertips to it. They work it across half forward. That's a glorious kick in the direction of Fairley. Couldn't take the mark, maybe pushed in the back. Spills out the back to Tassari. That's James. Hand pass back over the top. They're in deep trouble here at fullback. Great tackle by Jai Orchard. Holds things up. Ball up.
7 minutes gone, final quarter. Ball up about 40 out from the Woodsman's goal. Boyd knocked out of it. Mullowell's kick smothered. Kicked off the ground. No danger. Play on's the call. Tassari legs were taken. He's went at the free kick. So Tyler Tassari, centre half back. I think he was going for Morrison. He missed this. Or Kalame, he missed them both. And they're lucky that Mullowell's done well, laid the tackle, went the free kick and bailed out his teammate there because there was big trouble there, the Falcons. So short ball outside defensive 50. Bunworth takes the mark. Had Jones running past. They're stagnant now. He's tackled, got back to Bunworth. Short ball. Morrison takes the mark. Centre wing. Broadcast side of the ground. He goes inboards. A dangerous kick. Very dangerous. Chopped off by Langlands. Has Callard running. Has a bounce. Running through the centre of McLean Reserve. Has a second bounce. Runs to 55. Kicks to full forward. Looking there for Norton. Bouncing ball. He's only got one to beat in Mullowell. Handball. Langlands kept running beautifully on his left boot. Deserves the goal. Betty flies though. Does the crumbing. Betty falls to the ground. A good tackle there. Norton charges through, but Crean does well. Last line of defence, got their handball over the Goff. They're the clearing ball to the other side. Scarborough's in a lot of trouble. He's too small for against Bilby out there on the other side. But Scarborough does real well. Boyd came over and helped, and they've earned the throw-in. So well done there, Lee and Scarborough. 2-on-1, and against one of the big boys of the competition, forces the throw-in. About 80 round from the Woodsman's goal.
Yeah, a couple of great individual efforts there. Tassari here with Betty and then Scarborough against Boyd. And
So Millam won it down, knocked it straight to Scarborough, who had to scurry to keep it in play, but then his teammate couldn't. No, it's been a free kick picked out for a high tackle, so they will work the switch. No, quick hand pass to Bunworth. And Jordan Montalto might have rolled his ankle. He's a little proppy in the back pocket, but they've turned it over.
Yeah, Paddock with a good mark.
Yeah, Paddock takes the mark, sends them back inside 50. Bettiole's there. He has to come late, but Bunworth stood his ground, took the mark. He's looking to the broadcast side. It's a good kick for Morrison. They're going to have to talk. They did, but then Morrison spilt the mark. He was caught in the tackle. They have to go. Bowl goes in, dish the hand pass back to Bunworth, who was poised. Loops the hand pass over the top. It's taken by Norton, centres it up, and Bettiole takes an uncontested mark. 15 out directly in front.
They stuffed that up big time. Just a lack of communication.
Mark, and then the loopy handball.
But not one of them was prepared to block to let his teammate get an easy possession. That was...
at least the errors they're making are fixable, aren't they?
It needs to be fixable because it's costing them goals big time.
So Bettiole steady on the right boot, kicks the goal. He's got 4 for the afternoon. And the margin now ascends 100 points. Spotswood 19-13, 127. Leading Wyndhamvale 4-26. They're up by 101 after 10.5 of the final term.
I was going to say, if we had a stat for turnovers in your back half to cost goals, you'd be looking at 10 goals plus here, I think, out of the 19 goals.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
No doubt about that one. The errors have been it's very terrible. So back in the middle. Millam wins the hit out. Scarborough roving with the hands away. Millam gets the kick clear inside 50. Norton. Well done, Motherwell. He's done real well today, the young fella.
He's tried his heart out.
He's been one of the players who has made some mistakes, but he's done some really, really good things. He's quick handball over the bowl. He charges away. Kicks to half forward, goes out real wide in the Snays direction. Bouncing ball over the top. Loose ball now out of bounds. That's advantage. He's been paid. Newton. Former Yarraville 7 player. Kicks to centre half forward. Well done. Great mark. James Tassari, centre half back. He goes straight down the corridor. The ball kick. Newton takes the mark. Well, it's called play on. They must have been touched. Or he definitely didn't play on. I don't know what happened there. But they're out anyway, the Woodsmen. They go to the wing on the outer side. Loose ball. Plays around the ball. Isbister gets it. Patak on his left. Beautiful kick over the top. Kinsella marks. In front of the players race. Centering ball to Norton. He moves around on his right boot. Goes inside 50 looking for Betty. Oh, strong hands. Had the step there on Tyler Sassari. Couldn't close the distance. And Betty moves it on quickly. Hamad's ran inside 50. Takes the mark 40. Runs to 30. Kicks on its way. He's put it through. Another one for the Woodsman. Naif Hamad's got 2 this afternoon. The lead now 107 points. Spotswood kicked the 20th goal of the afternoon. They got 20-13, 133 to Wyndhamvale, 4-2-26, 12.5 gone to the final quarter.
If you put the clamps on one, another one gets free, doesn't it? So they've done really well this quarter to hold fairly, but young Charles Bettiole now is dining out.
On the loose in the air.
He's one out down there, so he's off the chain now.
Millam won it down straight to Patak. He lost it and then became the tackler.
And it's a sign of a good side now. Fairley's gone to centre half forward. Boyd's up there, and they've left Bettiole one out now, knowing that he's got his opponent well and truly beaten.
Dorr won it down this time. Hamad took it off the back edge of the square. Swept the hand pass back, and now they work it down the far side. It's a good kick for Fairley. One-on-one with Bold, took the mark. Goes back inboard. Here's Jason Marks. Just not much for him up ahead. Plays on, gets around his opponent, runs to 50, then pokes it to the hot spot. Up they go. Coming from the back was Boyd. Spilt it up to the front of the pack. Onto it quickly there was Norton. Gave the hand pass back. Gathering is Wilson. Hand pass over the top. They have to go hard here. Kinsella to Boyd. There's a free kick.
Bilby
will take it.
can see the big pre-season some of the boys have done. The running, the second, third hours, particularly by Hamad and Langlands today. I mean, they've started plays at the half-back and ended up getting the ball in the goal square at times.
Yeah, Marks is another one now. There, Willow. Kinsala now is showing his elite running capacity.
So Bilby for his second, he just hangs that one out to the left. And a behind for him, 1 goal, 2 today.
Yeah.
Around the grounds, boys, Parkside 11-10, North Sunshine 1-1.
I said 10 goals plus, Kev.
Yeah, all right, there, you got your major point. Manor Lakes 9-13, 67, Newport 6-7, 43. Some inaccurate kicking there for Manor Lakes, but they might get home with that one.
Yep.
Sunshine 9-7, Hoppers Crossing 7-6. 3/4 time score there. Deer Park comfortably in front, 16-11, 107 to St Albans, 5-7-37. There's some questions being asked at St Albans.
Yeah.
And West 3-3-21, Yarraville 10-10-70. So the paint off the wall must appeal onto the players' effort in the 3rd quarter there.
Yeah, you would have heard it from her, I reckon, Kev.
I reckon you're right.
Right, so the ball's on centre wing. Broadcast side of the ground. Everyone's going to come in, ball it up. The Door and Boyd in the ruck. Door over the top. Gets it forward, but only fast. Patak hooks around the body. Flying at the back there was Jones. Can take. Sorry, Sloth. Now the kick goes inside 50. That's that man again.
What
it's not fairly. It's Bettiol. And Bettiol again. He's going back for number 5. Will kick from about 45. A pretty tight angle.
What a beautiful kick from Sbista.
Yeah, he didn't break stride. But that all stemmed back from the play before. Goff had the chance to spoil, went to mark, and went over the back. The defenders have got to be spoiling those things and punching the ball forward.
So for number 5, Charles Bettiol comes in, kicks on its way. He's pushed it to the right. He has. It's his first blemish of the afternoon. 109 points the margin now. 20-15, 135 to 4-2-26. 16 minutes gone of this final quarter.
Ball goes short for Kalang. They're on the same page, those two, but that kick's poor. It's turned over. Patak streaming through the middle. It's chopped off. Well done by Goff. Just got in the way of Wilson there. Took the defensive mark for the Falcons. Works it out the far side of the ground. That's a good ball for Hamilton. He's playing a little further up the ground in this quarter. Kicks up towards half forward. Gathered by Pigden. Fell to his bootlaces. Now they can work it out. Spotswood, they've done well. They've got numbers all around the pack, and now they've got free players everywhere streaming forward. The kick for Isbista bounces in front of him. Then he does a little pirouette, gets around Goff, centres the footy, didn't have a look, and gave it straight to Cross, who then gave it to Kalang, who's running away from Bettiol. Wanted to give the hand pass back to Tassari. He didn't want it, so he goes further up towards Morrison, who's bumped off the footy. Now they can go forward again. The kick into the middle of the ground by Wood. Straight to Norton, gave the hand pass over the top, sets it high in the direction, and Callard bumped off his chest, couldn't take the mark. He might get a second chance. He gets onto Tassari, then lays the smother. That was really good from Callard, and then goes in hard, spins off that contest. It's in the pocket and near the boundary, and eventually it spills over. It will be thrown in.
Surely that's got to be a free kick to one of them, boys.
Taking the legs out. Do we have that down here?
Taking the legs out, or Daniel Bumworth
in the back.
In the back, yeah.
Well, it was the trip, yeah.
From the throw in, where the 50-metre arc meets the boundary line, was knocked defensive side. Patak gave the hand pass back. Here's his Bista, spins out of trouble, back to Patak. Was patient, then sets it high to the teeth of goal. Kalang at the back, unable to take the mark. Bolt nearly did. Gathered by Callard. He doesn't want to go himself, and he just spears the ball back to Boyd, who plays on, sets it to the teeth of goal. Bettiol's there. Did he claim the mark? Kinsella did. Kicked it into the umpire. It bounced back into play, and then it was bumped through there by Montalto in the end. Sees it through for a rush behind. So many blokes around the footy on the goal line. And it's 20-16 to 4-2. 110 points is the lead as Tassari marks from the kick in.
So Tassari drives it out of half back. The floating mongrel kick though. Langlands jumped up for it. Was the only one who wanted it. But he's wrapped up in a tackle. Have a ball up. Centre wing. Broadcast side.
I haven't seen a side kick the ball where it starts to drop punt and ends up a floater or a torpedo or...
It's been some ugly kicks this afternoon. Dorr wins the hit out, but battles it towards the corridor. Could be dangerous. Morrison did well for the Falcons. Did really well. Yeah. Now kicks to centre half forward. It's going to be a race, but Newton gets back first on his left boot. It's a high up and under. It's chopped off on the 50 by Bunworth. Might be too far out to score, so he looks to move it on. A little short ball, chipping ball. Too much height on it for Hamilton. But he does his own roving, does Hamilton there. He's a floating kick.
Oh! Hit the woodwork.
Hit the woodwork right at the top of the right goal post. And through for one behind. So their first score of the final quarter, the Falcons, is a behind to Hamilton. The margin now 109 points.
They work it down the wing. Here's Wilson, pounces, runs inboard. Almost took a bounce, then kicked inside the 50. Bettiol couldn't pick it up at his bootlaces. Onto it is Norton. Gathers the crumbs. Dish the hand pass back. Here's Bettiol. Can he kick him on the run too? You bet he can. Beautiful finish from Charles Bettiol. And he kicks his 5th for the day. 21-16. 142 to Wyndham Vale. 4-3-27. It's 115 points as we tick it a time on in the final term.
If you ever wanted to watch how to get the ball from one end of the ground to the other after a point, go to the 20-minute mark of the last quarter. Willow.
They moved it that quick, I didn't finish me writing down what happened.
It was up and down within a blink of an eye, and they just got it back through the corridor, and their forwards are dining out big time out.
Back in the middle, Boyd on the left hand. Langland's tried to go off the ground. His Vista's wrapped up in a tackle, ball up. So still inside the centre square. 20 and a half gone, final quarter. 115 points in the margin. The Falcons just with 1 goal, 1 in the second half.
Boys, the score I got here off the app is Altona 88-56. Actually, I'm just getting the final score through now from Eleanor Vovoda. And yes, the upset of the round.
Albion.
Altona 88-56. Albion 8-11-59.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sard will not be happy with that.
Chris O'Keefe wanted a positive attitude heading into the next couple of games. Gibbo and them will have the roof off the joint.
From the restart, Tasari's wrapped up in the tackles. Goal. Ping for holding the ball. Advantage paid.
Last quarter, Albion have kicked 4 goals 4 to 1 goal 2.
I'd say there would have been a strong breeze to the Cherry Lake end. Kev, do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, hard to work out, to be honest.
Norton, thank you.
Willow.
Norton took the advantage. He's got 2 for the afternoon. 121 points the margin at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. 22-16, 148 to 4-3-27.
Wow.
That's a massive ball over that one.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking to Sadi Ghazi last week. He said they could ill afford to. They needed to make the most of their win last week, and they have not capitalised at all.
So much for our theory, Smackers, that was going to turn their season around.
Yeah.
It might have, the wrong way.
Yep.
Jeez.
From the stoppage.
And after the Albion we saw against Sunshine,
the
second half
that's hard to believe, isn't it?
Their last quarter that day was appalling.
Yeah.
And their first quarter last week was appalling, so...
From all reports, yeah.
Langlands puts it into the slot, and Callard leads up, and he holds this one. Wait and see how the kick is. But he's 45 out. About a 30-degree angle. See if he can nurse this one home. So Callard on the approach, that's better. Oh, just across the face. He struck it well.
Hasn't had a good day, young Dill.
No, sort of sums up his afternoon, but his side will win handsomely regardless. They lead by 122 points rather. 22-17, 149 to 4-3-27.
So from the restart, Falcons push forward. It goes to the outside, chopped off though on the outer side there by the Woodsman. They look to go forward. They do now, long kick, centre half forward. Ball's going to have to fly. And he flew well, took a strong mark there. Well done there. Handball's back to Kalang. On his left boot, goes in the middle of McLean Reserve. Mark's taken there by Cross. Handball back there to Jones. Now to kick They need a mark here. It was Dorr stuck at the back, couldn't get to the contest. The mark taken by Lynch, centre half back. He goes into the middle of the ground, ball goes out the back. First onto it was for the Falcons, but can't get a clear possession. Bunworth tries to barge through. Kalang gets it, wrapped up in a tackle there by Boyd. Bumpire says play on though. The Woodsmen go forward. Patak somehow the ball fell in his lap. Runs to 50. Now kicks towards goal. There's a whistle off the ball, and it's going the way of the Falcons for holding, I think. And Bowles going to take the free kick at full back. A little short ball. It's all right, Smackers. Came off all right there. Jones with the mark. Short that way, Crean. Some defensive 50s, another short one. That's the dangerous one, and it's going to be a free kick against Cross. Dragged his opponent down there. The kick inside 50. Orchard. Marks uncontested. Will kick.
Langland's.
Well, Langland's charges past. Runs to 30. There's the siren for full time. Tom Langlands gets a goal to take the margin, the final margin that is, to 128 points in favour of the Woodsmen. 23-17, 155 plays 4-3-27. Goal kickers for Spotswood, 7.